More mirror lights, dude.
More mirror lights. More upgrades. Yep. The RS1 today is going to get the KemiMoto mirror lights. So, we're going to see exactly how they do, how well they are, how easy they are to install, and just the overall, you know, quality of them. So, Chief put some Sector 7s on last time, so we kind of want to do a little comparison on the KemiMotos to the Sector 7s, saying that these are half the cost of Sector 7s.
Oh, no.
No? Oh.
Sector 7s cost $800 and these cost $130.
Oh, I thought these were $300, $400.
No, $130.
Okay, so $130
versus $800.
So let's see exactly how well they do compared to the Sector 7s and how cool they look on the RS1.
These are a China company. Not knocking KemiMoto, we use multiple products from them and they are pretty good. I do like some of the stuff they sent us. Yeah. So this is going to be a good comparison. USA versus China. I know. USA versus China. Let's begin. I mean, right away, they are pretty heavy duty feeling, so I do give them that. The Sector 7s are super duty. These are, I don't know, half ton.
Actually, here, let's walk over and check out the Sector 7s. That way, when I have these mirrors in my hand, that way we can kind of put them up next to each other, see the differences. I mean, yeah, they're actually a pretty well-built mirror. The bracket feels pretty tough. The mirror actually looks pretty tough.
For some reason, bugs are hovering.
Sector 7s.
Why is there so many mosquitoes around?
Yeah, I know, that's because summer's back.
The lights aren't even on and they're attracted to it.
They're that bright. Yeah, so the Sector 7s, they got 2 lights incorporated in.
And this one's at a 45-degree angle also, giving you this like ditch line.
Yeah, so KemiMoto's...
It does seem like it has a little bit of an angle to that.
Yeah, does a little bit.
I don't know what the lumens they say this puts out. I know each of these put out 4,000, so altogether 8.
Well, we'll definitely see.
Well, we're going to have a comparison.
Yeah, we'll do the comparison.
Once we install all this, we're going to get the drone out and hover above it and show you guys like an aerial view comparing each light.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, let's go put them in.
Alright, now that you know what these things look like compared to the Sector 7s, we're going to go over the installation process of here and an idea we literally just came up with.
Yeah, for real. We were holding the lights up to the bar, just kind of put them in place, and I'm like, man, they're kind of bulky, but I'm like, that'd be cool if you could almost clamp like a rigid pod on the front of it. And then Chief came up with, he grabs a clamp, and yeah, I think we can.
Yeah, I think we can. So these are the pods that Red Bull sent us, and this like comes with all the wiring. Yep. Everything we basically need to add them on to these KemiMoto brackets. Yeah. All we got to do is just drill a hole in the bracket, and we can mount it right up. And
so, yeah, we're gonna definitely do that. We can't not do that. Yeah. Super pumped now. This thing's gonna be lit right up.
Yeah, it's gonna look pretty awesome too, man.
Yeah. And we're gonna run everything to different switches, so they'll all have an individual switch.
Yeah. So the pods will be separate than the mirrors, so we can still compare the mirrors to the Sector 7s.
Exactly.
All right. First step. What is the first step?
First step would be to pretty much get everything laid out how we want to go. So let's do the KemiMoto lights first, and let's snip the wires that need to be snipped. Run everything, get all that stuff. Luckily the RS1's pretty opened up, so we can actually almost put everything together and then just run it how we want to. Hide it under the dash and on the side panel there. And
alright, let's take the panels off.
Alright, let's do it. So to get this side panel off on the RS1, to get to putting your switch in, you're just going to take out these bolts right here. Bing, bing, bing. That side panel comes right off, and then you're able to do some wiring down in there, make it really easy.
This panel right here.
Yep, this panel right here. So you just take those out right here. That exposes everything. You can get in here, cut your switch in, bring your wires down, hide it in here, and like I said, do some final wiring and bada boom, bada bang. Real easy.
Take off the dirt.
Take off the dirt. Actually, in this case, sand.
Well, I was saying that because all it says is dirt over here. Yeah. Ruined my joke.
Sorry.
Goddamn NASCAR, dude.
Ooh, that one sounded a little rough.
Yeah, that was in there tighter than all of them.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe sideways. Alright, and I think that should just pull right off. Oh, losing clips.
Yeah, that was a clip.
If you've never rolled your RS1 or tipped it, it'd probably pop off a lot easier than that. But she's been tipped on this side a couple of times, so if that's the case, you gotta give it the wiggle wiggle, pull pull.
Yeah, I missed it. He just yanked it off, basically.
I did. It's this kind of, this one's a little, she's a little,
right. We need to find all the clips that just fell.
Yeah, we do. Well,
so be aware of that if you do have to yank it off.
Yeah.
These clips right here.
I actually was almost thinking about gluing them.
That would actually not be a bad idea.
Yeah, the last time I pulled it off, I'm like, I should just put a little bit of...
How many are missing?
Just one. The one you lost. The one you lost.
I didn't lose it. So the mirrors that Nick has been running on these are just some like Amazon specials.
Yeah, they were like $60 or something like that, $30 a mirror.
Were they really that much?
Yeah, they were like, that's pretty cheap though, I felt like.
I mean, they work pretty well.
Yeah,
they're stiff. They don't move or anything.
No, they work good. The color matched the rig, and honestly, like, I think I've tipped over a couple of times with these mirrors on, and they hold
pretty
on.
thick.
They're pretty thick. They are. They're pretty thick. They are some heavy duties. But yeah, good mirror.
I think you'll see way better with these KemiMoto.
Oh yeah, I do too.
They're quite a bit bigger, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Well,
oh my God, they aren't that much bigger.
They're not that much bigger, but they do have a light in the back.
Pause break for delicious dinner. Are you okay? Oh my God.
Hot.
Bam. Popcorn chicken. Bam. Red Bull. Bam. Some crazy sauce. I don't know what it is.
Bam.
Bam. Man, we just had a little fun and took one of the last dabs.
Oh yeah, I'm not a spicy guy. I'm not a spicy guy. I'm hurting right now.
It's been like 5 minutes. You're still...
Your face is just getting redder and
Dude,
redder.
it's not going away. The burn is just sitting on my tongue and the roof of my mouth. Just...
Your face has stopped.
It feels like... That's some hot stuff. Check it out. The Last Dab by Hot Ones Apollo. Yeah, throw just a little bit on your chicken nugget. Tell me what you think. It'll light you up. How you guys are just standing here, straight face with camera. Blowing my mind right now. Blowing my mind. I'm dying.
Alright, since we have the rigid pod idea and this is where we're going to be mounting it, we're going to actually take the set screw out of this so we can drill a hole here to mount the pods onto.
Yeah, it should work pretty slick. And look pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be hard either.
No, I don't think so at all.
Alright, we're going to try simplifying this harness because this is a Polaris harness that you can just buy right at your dealership. And this plug right here that's connected to it is another thing you can buy right at your Polaris dealership to make it super simple to hook up to your RS1.
Yeah, exactly. The RS1's got a bus bar down there that's got a plug and play.
We showed this earlier, it's right here.
Showed that earlier. So in this wiring harness you have the normal eye hooks that you'd run down to your battery or to your bus bar if you had a Turbo S or anything like that. So what you did, we bought this plug here from Classic Motorsports. We snipped off these eye hooks and just wired these in, and then you throw a little electrical tape, little shrink wrap.
It actually comes with these butt connectors.
Yep, it does. Comes with some butt connectors. And then in the wiring harness, you have your relay and your fuse. Your switch, already hardwired everything in there, so that's super nice too, not having to figure out, where you gotta put your switch. And then it runs right to the end of the wire, which is this guy that you would plug into your lights. Like for example, like if we were running these to the rigids, you could just plug right into the back of the rigid here. Boom, done. But the KemiMotos don't have those plugs right there. So what we're just gonna do is we snipped it and we'll just hardwire the KemiMotos right into it. Done deal.
Just put some butt connectors on it, call it good.
Exactly.
We're not electricians.
No.
Trying our best.
Yeah, truck driver, I'm a mason. Drive razors, we like to upgrade.
Alright, to make your life a little bit simpler for hooking up the wiring, I would recommend popping off this piece of plastic. Because once this door is off, you can just run your switch right up here and to the bus bar. Super simple.
Yep, super duper simple.
Cool thing about the RS1 is it is set up for mini accessory outputs here. So easy peasy.
Yep. If you want lights, missiles, you know,
Oil
radio, oil slick.
So you can see the KemiMoto lights are plugged in right there. They're running through here, coming down, and now you can see this is where the switch, you just gotta unplug this part and we can plug it right in. Alright, like we talked about earlier, we're gonna be doing the rigid pods on the KemiMoto mounts. So the idea is we're gonna mount it right here, and this is the bracket that is gonna go onto there. So Nick is put him on there, figured out where he wants to mount it exactly, lined it up with this, and now he's gonna put a set hole in it and then pretty much go from there.
Yeah, should work pretty good. We mocked it up on the rig and then just marked out on the clamp.
Because this cage clamp is going to be opened up once it's on the cage, you got to make sure.
Exactly. Don't like base it off the mirror already being right here, because obviously this is all the way collapsed. Make sure that you mock it up while it's on the roll cage itself.
I don't want you to murder this thing.
Bada boom, bada bang. That's what work. Nice.
That was easy.
Was easy.
That might be the dullest drill bit in the entire thing. Whoa!
That was terrific.
That was horrific. That guy gave me forearm pump.
You got one more to go.
Yeah. Oh no.
Alright, so Nick has drilled his holes, and now we're mounting it up here with the half windshield just so he can have an idea of where he wants it set. And also, just FYI, if you want to do the exact same setup, the set bolt for this clamp, you gotta shorten it up a little bit.
Yeah, you do.
So you can get the bolt here for your rigid pod.
Yep. Easy though.
Such serious faces.
Dun dun dun.
This is gonna be sick.
Very sick.
Nice.
Oh,
Does that look pretty cool?
yeah, it looks sweet.
You're gonna be lit up.
That does look
It's
sweet.
lit.
It's gonna be a party.
Party time.
It's there.
And they're pretty bright.
They are. They're pretty bright.
They're pretty bright.
So we're curious on, with the KemiMotos and the rigid setup right here, you know, how much power you'll be able to put out and still have the price of a Sector 7.
Yeah, because let's just go over it. These are 130 bucks. I bet you these pods are about 150 for the pair. Your wiring harness was 100 bucks, and then your adapter $30. So let's just say 400 bucks total for the mirrors, rigid pods, harness, switch, and then the Sector 7s are 800. So half the price, and we'll compare just mirrors and then the combo of the pods with the mirrors.
Yeah, exactly. So, and when I step back,
they don't look bad,
it doesn't
dude.
look bad. It looks really cool. Like, my biggest concern with the KemiMoto lights was the mounting bar, the bracket itself. It was really bulky. It didn't look that cool.
Come to actually benefit us, though.
And it actually was a benefit. You know, when we were putting it on, it's like, man, it looks like you could mount the rigid lights to it, and they did really easily. So
I could see people doing this setup.
Me too. Me too. It's a pretty sweet setup, especially for the price. It's hard to beat. So, like Chief said, the real test is how much lumen does it put out? How much more light are the Sector 7s to these, or are they equal? So we'll get these finished up, get the rigid pods hooked up, and go out there and test it.
I'm totally speculating here, but I would assume these are floodlights and these are spots. So the combo of them both, I think, will do pretty well. The only thing we got left to do right now is just finish up the wiring for these. So you can see these come down. You got your generic regular plugins for pretty much any light bar, pods, anything like that. Plug in together. This is the wiring harness that comes with the rigid pods, and they're going to directly connect right up to the battery. They do have a relay, so your switch will still work. So with the plug and play accessory board, your key has to be onto the accessory mode at least for these that have power. These being direct connected to the battery gives you power anytime. Like right now the key is not on at all, and Nick can just turn on the pods.
Yep.
Make the magic happen. And they're not on. There we go.
Wrong one.
You got too many switches, dude. Woo! Ah! Alright, let's get these things outside and break it down.
USA!
USA! Wow, that thing looks... It looks like a super race car now.
It does look like a super race car. What? I look like I'm ready for like the Baja 1000 or something. That thing looks sweet. Oh, the KemiMoto lights and the Rigids, how they like offset from each other like that?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that looks cool. Especially like stand front at the front, man. Like, holy shit.
All right, now we I think it's time to break it down.
Yeah, let's break it down.
We're out here in the field. This is a perfect place to compare. It's open area. We'll be able to see how far in the ditch line we go. Distance wise, we got the drone above, so you're gonna get an aerial view and a ground view of what these things can actually do. It is a light showdown right now.
It is.
KemiMoto versus Sector 7. Who's gonna be the winner? You guys probably just saw a little bit of footage of us driving down the trail just to give you an idea of what these things look like. Trail riding, I guess you could say, and right here is going to be the true comparison though. We'll see distance wise, ditch line wise, who is better, what is greater.
China, America.
He's got a 3 combo plus his headlights.
Yes.
The only thing I have on mine is the the Sector 7 lights and my headlights. So
right,
this is basically my headlights and mirrors versus light bar, rigid pods, light, mirror lights, and headlights.
Yep. But the Traveler, the rigid pods, and the KemiMoto all set up is still actually cheaper than those Sector 7s.
It is. So the first round, I say we only do my rig, and then we'll go to your rig, and then we'll do them at the same time. So to start off, we'll do low beam, high beam, and then just Sector 7s, and then the combo. All right, drone is already above, and we got the ground footage.
All right, let's see it.
Okay, here's nothing, here's low beam. Wow, on the drone, you can't even see it really.
Really?
Here's high beam. And here's no headlights and just Sector 7s. Oops, wrong one, my bad.
Whoa.
Wow.
That throws crazy side light.
Yeah, the side, like, look back here. You can...
Wow.
I mean, you can see your razor.
I mean,
right
look
now.
at, you can see my razor, dude, and you're perfectly...
You're actually a little behind him.
Yeah, I am. So note that, man, because you can see my rig perfect. So that throws, you're like, yeah, you got great lights with those Sector 7s.
Turn off the Sector 7. Wow.
Yeah.
Now just headlights all the way up.
Not four-wheel drive.
Yeah, you can't. You can hardly see my machine.
You can't see anything.
Yeah, now.
Until you get.
All right, now let's do the combo. Headlights and Sector 7.
Yeah, that's actually a really good.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is amazing. Now, like if you were to throw a light bar on the top of yours, which
it's
might be on its way, it's really gonna light things up. Wowzer. Those Sector 7s are crazy bright.
Wow. That's awesome. Okay, now let's switch to Nick's rig.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just low beams with the RS1.
Yep. So just low beams.
Wow, you can't even see it on the drone at all.
Nothing. High beams.
High beams, again, basically nothing.
Okay. Now we'll just do the KemiMotos.
Just KemiMoto mirror lights right now. Okay, I see a lot of ditch line. Not very much distance though.
You can see your razor though.
Yep. Not much distance. Not nowhere near the Sector 7s.
Definitely nowhere near the Sector 7s.
Nowhere near the Sector 7s.
All right, now do headlights and KemiMotos.
So, I mean, just the KemiMotos and the headlights, not a bad deal. You can see in front of you, and you got a good side view, but
the drone is like
struggling to see it.
No, it's struggling to see it, but I mean, you can really tell the difference between the two vehicles right now.
Yeah, I bet the Sector 7s are.
Oh yeah,
just...
throw your Traveler bar on there too.
All right, wait, now here's Traveler.
Yeah, that's your distance light.
What about the rigid pods? Yeah. I forgot we have the rigid pods too.
Rigid pods.
Give it everything it has.
That's it.
It's definitely crooked to the right, but wow.
Which one? I guess you don't.
It's hard to tell. But you can see the distance is really far on his right now.
Those rigid pods.
Well, that Traveler.
The Traveler bar with the rigids. Right now, all right, turn your Traveler bar off. Wow, yeah, Traveler bar is giving you some serious distance right now.
Really? So let me turn the rigids off and then.
All right, yeah, I mean it's
the rigids are.
It's a mixture of everything you got going on there.
Traveler alone.
Just do the Traveler alone. It's actually the rigids.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think
throw the rigids on.
Yeah,
the rigids are really good spotlights.
They are. These rigids. But like you said, then you throw the combo in.
Yeah, just go everything balls to the walls.
Your mirrors are on. Yep.
Okay, so right now, Nick has all of his lights on. Now let's have Lucy turn on its headlights and the Sector 7s and get a good comparison.
Yep. Wow.
Wow.
You can just tell by those Sector 7s how bright of a light that is.
That is,
that's really, really impressive.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, but if you look at your depth, like you need that top KC bar, because you look at that depth on there.
Yeah, dude. If
the depth from the RS1 to Lucy.
Well,
like,
once Lucy gets that light bar, man, it's gonna be.
Man.
Yeah, once Lucy gets that 40-inch light bar, because, all right, that's a little sneak peek. It's a 40-inch light bar. It's coming for Lucy. I think, yeah, there's
a huge difference.
There's a huge difference.
There's a huge difference. Those Sector 7s are twice as bright as these KemiMotos.
All right, right now, only turn on the KemiMoto lights and your headlights. Oh, wow.
That's
Here, let me see. Camera.
That's a huge difference.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's a mega difference.
There is a huge
That's a huge difference. Yeah, and you can just even tell by sitting here and like looking at the lights, like you can't look into those Sector 7s.
No, you can't.
You cannot. They are crazy bright. The KemiMotos, it's a good light, but nowhere near as bright as the Sector 7s.
I mean, it's just a matter of how much money do you really want to spend on your mirrors.
Yeah, that's true.
Your mirror lights, I should say. One thing I'm noticing is that 45-degree angle on that light, on that mirror, it really just gives you the side light. I mean, insane. It's hard to look at. It's really ridiculous.
It lights my whole rig up. Like you can see it just fine. Like for example, I can stand right here. That is so bright that it's blinding me. I can't even see your rig, but I can look over here and look into mine and see mine just fine. You know what I mean? Like when they got the light right on you. Yeah, I can't even look into that. That's super bright. Sector 7s. That's why they're a little bit more.
All right, that concludes the showdown. Sector 7s versus KemiMotos plus rigid pods plus Traveler light bar. And USA came out on top.
They won.
They won.
Yeah.
Not saying that KemiMoto doesn't make a great product. It's all about how much money do you want to spend, how much lumens is really necessary. I mean, realistically, you can get you could probably spend a little bit more money on your rigid pods or whatever light bar setup you want and get a better lumen output than what Nick has, but I mean, I get it, they're expensive, but quality-wise, I think you're paying for what you get.
100%. I mean, just the Sector 7s alone with the headlights, I mean...
are doing the power of
it's
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, plus my headlights.
Things.
It's literally and my headlights. So, I mean, the Sector 7s are very impressive for the lumen output. The way they light up the field, light up the trails. That side view, the light it gives on the side is unbelievable. with that angle light right there. So yeah, $800 lights, but is it worth it? Yes, in my opinion, it definitely is.
Yeah.
It puts out crazy amount of light. Like Chief said, I have 1, 2, 3, and my headlights, and it still almost didn't match up with the Sector 7s.
It's very true. Yeah. You can tell there's also like differences in light quality, what type of light you're actually seeing, and the Sector 7s seem to be a bit better than what the KemiMotos, the Traveler Bar. The rigid pods were the most impressive out of the whole setup, in my opinion, on Nick's rig.
Yeah.
They seemed to really give them good spot. The quality of the light was really good. Again, not knocking on KemiMoto or even Traveler Light Bar. I mean, they all do their job in ways. It's all about how much money are you willing to spend on your rig.
Yeah. Like when I'm in the trail, I mean, it's lit up crazy good. So in the woods, yeah, I'm lit up. When we get into the big open fields, that's where it really shows. These Sector 7s just really push that light. And that light, like you said, it's such a bright light. It's a different kind of light. The light at the end of the tunnel. It's just bringing you to it. So, but yeah, Sector 7s, impressive.
I would say the Sector 7s are the winner in this, but realistically, it just breaks it down on money. How much money are you willing to spend on light?
Yeah.
Because realistically, probably most riders do maybe 5% of their riding at night. It's not... Most people just don't ride at night because they're going to bed.
Yep. Which...
Bye, Alex.
Apparently, so is Alex.
I think Alex is going to bed too.
Yeah. All in all, both are great products. Rigid pods, KemiMoto, Sector 7s, Traveler light bars. I would say I would recommend them all.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I wouldn't recommend any of the lights.
Yep.
It's all in preferences.
100% for the money. For the money that the KemiMotos cost, totally worth it. The ridges, that light setup, it looks cool. It's really affordable. But the Sector 7s, being the $800, really show why they are $800. They're a really good light. So, all in all, win and win.
And also, just so you guys know, there is other versions of the KemiMoto mirror lights. I looked on their website. I think there's about 3 different versions of these mirror lights. So, maybe some of them perform better than the others. It's hard to say. But for what we got, this is the comparison. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, how about you subscribe? We're here every week. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the vehicle. If you enjoyed the video, leave a comment below of what you thought. Who do you think the real winner was out of this whole demonstration?
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody watching. See you guys in the next video.
Later. Yeah.